Game because for the first time this season, Progressive Field will be back to full capacity with 35,000 fans. Love seeing this aerial view of Progressive Field, and that's where we find my partner, Mike Brookbank. He's been hanging out there all morning long, and you know, Mike, the change for the Indians follows the governor declaring an end to pandemic health orders.
Yeah, Danita, Governor DeWine announcing last month that the health orders are over officially starting today. DeWine citing in his special address the vaccination rate in Ohio climbing as those case numbers drop. Many of those orders started last March when the governor issued a state of emergency. Now, most of those restrictions are gone.
It is time. It's time to end the health orders.
At 12:01 this morning, the orders lifted, ending protocols for face coverings, guidelines on social distancing, and capacity limits for indoor and outdoor events like baseball games. However, people who are not vaccinated are still encouraged to take safety measures. Businesses and schools will also handle their own precautions.
We expect that many stores or businesses may require social distancing and may require masking.
But some state-issued restrictions are staying. Those include health orders put in place at nursing homes, assisted living, and congregate care living facilities. But now some health officials and family members are fighting for answers, saying that this could pose future problems.
I mean, we've dealt with a lot of things in the last year other than just COVID.
Right now, Sam Hamoud's 75-year-old father is living in a nursing home here in Northeast Ohio. And he, like many other families, wants to know why the state health orders are lifting for everyone except for those in healthcare settings. The main restrictions staying in place include requirements for masks, social distancing, visitation, and testing for unvaccinated staff only, despite a significant drop in active COVID-19 cases since vaccination started back in January.
We get the point about creating an incentive to get vaccinated, but you're also creating a disincentive to work in long-term care. Like every place else, our members are struggling to find staff.
Officials with the Ohio Healthcare Association also worry facilities may have issues enforcing requirements because the state guidance doesn't match the CDC or federal guidance.
So our members are like, okay, which one do we follow?
But state leaders say they're still concerned staff or visitors may bring the virus or variants into facilities.
It is a little unnerving to wonder, okay, when all these mandates go away, how will that affect the community?
Sam and his family don't mind keeping the masks and testing, but the visitation restrictions mean he cannot check on his dad as often as he'd like to.
Loneliness will kill you too. The family is just as important as great staff.
And in some facilities, mask requirements are a challenge because many residents who are hard of hearing depend on lip reading.
So if they can have family visits with masks off, that is so much better for the quality of the visit.
The Ohio Healthcare Association now plans to ask the state to reconsider lifting the orders for long-term care providers.
We'd really like to see those orders go away.
And families like Sam's want visitation restrictions lifted now that the weather is still good, before those seniors are stuck inside again.
We have to advocate for some freedoms for our loved ones too, because we're working with a very short life window.
While precautions are staying for some of our most vulnerable Ohioans, lifting health orders for many of us will mean spending less time at home. But after more than a year of working, learning, and playing in those smaller circles, experts say we are bound to feel some separation anxiety. Child psychologist Dr. Vanessa Jensen says for children of any age, starting slow with returning them to their old routine is best. Take it in steps and surround them with familiar faces.
Get kids back out on the playground, in the, at the local elementary school, in the park, where they can just be around other kids, or give them a lot of opportunities to be around familiar kids, neighborhood kids, cousins, grandma, aunt and uncle, folks they maybe know but haven't seen much lately.
Ahead in our next half hour, we're going to hear what Dr. Jensen says about helping older kids and teens adjust to changes. Also ahead this morning, another stress point, pet separation anxiety. We're going to talk about ways to keep your furry friend happy while the family is away, plus what to expect here at Progressive Field as the stadium returns for its first game at full capacity this season. And we look into what other venues and summer events are doing moving forward now that those mandates and orders are lifted. But for now, let's check back in with Danita Harris. She is back in the News 5 studios with another look at today's top stories.